Angelic Ingenious Supplies.
Cast 1 with the Kami. Sack a token. Make 20,000 creatures. Good game. This might be what you hear when the game ends, but what's actually going on behind the scenes? Welcome back to Better Know a Combo, brought to you by the Spike Feeders and Gamegenic. This combo involves not one, but two cards in the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty Upgrades Unleashed pre-constructed deck. You'll be able to pick up a copy from your local game store on February 18th, 2022. The first is a card we've seen before. Grumgully is a 3/3 legendary creature Goblin Shaman for 1 red-green that reads, each other non-human creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. It also involves a brand new card, 1 with the Kami. This is a green enchantment aura for 3 and a green with flash that reads, enchant creature you control. Whenever enchanted creature or another modified creature you control dies, create X 1/1 colorless spirit creature tokens where X is that creature's power. Before we get into it, let's talk about this new keyword, modified. This is just shorthand that refers to any creature that's equipped, enchanted with an aura, or has a counter of any type on it. As soon as a creature meets one of those conditions, it's considered modified. Let's start with both of these cards in play, along with any free sacrifice outlet and any other creature. For the purposes of this combo, we'll be using Altar of Dementia and a Goblin token. I'll sacrifice my Goblin token to the altar, milling my opponent for a couple cards. If that creature was modified, say from having a +1/+1 counter on it from Grumgully, it'll trigger 1 with the Kami and make a pair of 1/1 spirit tokens. Grumgully modifies how those tokens enter the battlefield, so they'll each pick up a +1/+1 counter on their way in. Once those two are on the battlefield, I'm back to where I started, but I've got 2 tokens instead of 1. And I'm ready to keep going, netting 1 additional creature every time I execute the loop. The really cool part about this combo is that you can swap out Grumgully with Skullclamp as long as you're using Ashnod's or Phyrexian Altar as your sacrifice outlet. Each time you clamp a token, draw 2 cards and make 2 tokens. You can use one of them to make mana and the other one to continue the combo. This sounds awesome, but how can people interact? Let's take a look at the combo and talk about the ways you can interact at the times you receive priority. With Grumgully, Altar of Dementia, and a Goblin token in play, cast 1 with the Kami targeting Grumgully. At this point, you can either counter the aura or point your spot removal at either creature or the altar. I'll need both of them in play to start the combo, and if you wait to remove either, it might be too late, so don't hold back. Once the aura is in play, I'll sacrifice the Goblin token to Altar of Dementia. The altar activation goes on the stack under the 1 with the Kami trigger. This is another opportunity to remove Grumgully, 1 with the Kami, or Altar of Dementia. You can also counter the 1 with the Kami trigger to prevent me from making more tokens. The 2 tokens from the 1 with the Kami trigger enter with +1/+1 counters due to Grumgully's replacement effect. And once they're on the battlefield, I'm ready to continue the loop. I don't even need the Altar of Dementia's ability to resolve, although milling people out is generally a more reliable way to close out the game than waiting a turn to attack with my tokens. If I'm using one of the other altars, I could also do something with the infinite mana this combo creates, or turn my tokens into straight up damage with Goblin Bombardment, a very fitting win condition if you're playing Goblin Tribal. But what if you're not playing reactive spells like that? Sometimes prevention is going to be the best medicine. How can we shut them down? We talk about Hushbringer on this series a lot, and that's because it's just so darn good at shutting down combos like this. If abilities can't trigger when creatures die, 1 with the Kami won't make more tokens to sack to the altar, and it'll stop me dead in my tracks. Keeping the board clear of tokens is generally pretty easy to do. If I'm using Skullclamp as the way to modify creatures, you can keep my board clear with Karavek the Spiteful, Knight of Souls Betrayal, or Plague Engineer. But if I'm using the Grumgully version of this combo, you'll need to bust out the big guns with Elishnorn Grand Cenobite. I can still cast one with the Kami here, but if my creatures die as 0/0s, I'll make 0 tokens. Finally, the main weak point here is the Sacrifice outlet. You can shut artifacts down with Null Rod, Collector Oof, or Stony Silence, or you can tax activations of non-mana abilities with Suppression Field. I want to end by thanking our patron Mink for identifying Grumgully as a key piece of this combo while we were talking on Discord the other day. If you want to join in on the conversation, you can get access for as little as $1 a month, and the link's in the video description. That just about does it for this episode of Better Know a Combo. If you have a combo you want to see explained, make sure you let us know in the comments below, and we'll catch you next time. Hey, thank you for checking out the Spike Feeders on YouTube. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you close the window, or you can click on this link to check out our other great videos.